main stage. So guys, thank you very much firstly for all those who are speaking over here. I'm totally inspired, especially I think I can connect a lot with Bobby because you always have to listen from your heart. And I want to talk to you guys completely from my heart, whatever happened. So Mr. World was never planned in my life until 2 years back, never ever. So this gives me a thought that life gives us an opportunity. I came to Bombay for becoming an actor. And I was doing a Channel V show for almost 6 months. And the 7th month, the show got off air. And I saw an ad in the newspaper, just like this, the former Mr. India saying, would you want to be the next Mr. India 2015? I have never planned it in my life to participate. But when I saw the article again, it had one line saying that this time they had Mr. Active Sub-Contest, Mr. Actor, Best Actor. And I was already an actor. So a gust of confidence and intuition, as you guys believe in, something said in me that I think I can give it a try. I always see a situation criticizing first. What is there to lose? Zyada se zyada, I'll have probably my Sumve Trunk video viral on the YouTube and everybody will watch and laugh at. But what can happen on the other side? I can win the pageant. So I just went ahead and I participated. So that was Mr. India, but let me tell you guys about my life. So I come from a Marwari family, very conservative orthodox, who eats a lot of sweets. So I would say the biggest, really, wow, see I told you we connect a lot, you're fit as well. So I think the biggest challenge was to let go of the food that we eat. For me it was, because none of my cousin or relative were into this field. So it took me a lot of time to avoid food and definitely convince our parents, because everybody from my family, nobody was into this field, so they initially would not believe. So it was a task for me, definitely. And so I would like to start from, not missing any point, 5-6 years down the line, my life started changing drastically. And before that, I was working in 3 different companies, doing 3 different jobs. So after my graduation in commerce, which I scored 85%, and just like I'm good in studies too, and 100 out of 100 in corporate accounting. After that, I knew that I want to go to Bombay and I want to become an actor. But how would I do that? I think my parents initially were not sure about it, and I want to see I should be worthy enough to do a job. I worked in SpiceJet Airlines as ground staff, because that is the first company which came into my college for recruitment. And as you could see, this is the same place where I clicked the picture in 2010 when I was working as ground staff, and then 2017 I was Mr. World 2016. So the picture over here says a lot. And initially few days when I was working as SpiceJet ground staff, first 1 month, I remember I was just standing in the check-in counters and telling people to go to the boarding gate and take the flight. There were a lot of problems that I faced. Whenever the flight gets delayed, something wrong happens in the arrival belt. My case was taken very badly. And things that I had to hear, I literally had tears in my eyes, because I was young, I was 19 years old, and that was my first job. But every situation in life, guys, I realized teach you something. If I did not work in these 3 different companies, experience this kind of behavior of people towards me, and this made me really strong, working in 3 different companies. I was working with almost people who were 30, 35, so there was a lot to learn from them. What I really learned from SpiceJet Airlines was, the main important thing I've learned over there was to calm down, to embrace change, and no matter what a person tries to tell you, I think it's all in your mind, how you react to it. If you try being upset and you try getting annoyed, I think you're giving a lot of importance to that people. And I know that this will be very helpful for me when I become an actor in Bombay. So every single day, and I had no other option but work, because I don't want to leave a company in 2 months. So I went ahead and I worked. I learned a lot in SpiceJet. And after that, I worked there for a while. And then I thought of doing another job. And this was not the right time to go to Bombay. I worked in Dell as technical support assistant. as you saw the picture, I was very thin because I had to literally be on my feet all the time. In Dell, I had a graveyard shift. I was on call with US and Canada customer for almost 2 to 3 hours one call goes for. We used to repair the computers over the phone. And I've put on a lot of weight. So the previous picture that you see, where I've put on a lot of weight, so I was 85 kgs. And then this was before Mr. India. I participated and I was around 75. So for a Marwari guy, it was really, really difficult, I tell you. And as I told my father definitely thinks a lot good for me, and he thought that मेरा बेटा बॉम्बे में जाके पता नहीं क्या करेगा. So not much encouraged. So I used to go to the gym. I didn't have enough of funds. I used to remember reviewing my slippers. A gym which is barely, used to charge anything. I used to go by walking, come by walking 2 kilometers up and down so that my cardio is done because the gym doesn't have cardio. And then I had to literally cut down on milk. I had no knowledge about it, so it took me a lot of time to lose weight. And now you give me 10 days, I can shred 5 kgs for you. So there was definitely a lot of struggle to lose the weight, but as just Bobby said, I remember his words very quickly, there's something inside you. He even said it like this, something inside you, your passion that takes you forward. The God over there knows that you're gifted. And I also believe that God gifted everybody with their heart. And for God, our entire life is a time lapse. So we have to really follow our heart and do something out of it. I was very passionate about this field. And how did this happen? I think that's happened because of 2 women in my life I was blessed with. My mother and my grandmother. My mother always tells me, even if she's watching Twilight, or maybe a Harry Potter, I must be whatever age I was. And she tells me that you just look like the hero. Or even if she's watching 007 James Bond. And my grandmother, pampering me even more, she says that, she taunts my mother, says that he looks better than him. And you're the hero, you're the Kanhaiya, Kana, all the names of Krishna Bhagwan. So that is where I got the motivation from. I think I'm a hero. And then when I was in Dell, I said, what happened to all that? Where is that hero gone? And then I thought, no, my mom and grandmother can't be wrong. So either I give up, work hard, or change this ordinary man to achieve extraordinary dreams. So I believe, guys, a lot of people talk about success, a lot of people talk about achieving it. For me, it is going on inside my mind every other minute. I think about what I can learn. When I was hearing so many people, I was just trying to grasp what I can learn today from this, which I didn't learn. When I heard about Bobby, I was connecting so much, because everything was coming from here. 2 minutes before he told, I don't know what I'm going to speak. So guys, we have to think so much about what we want to become. Personally, everybody has their own ways. My way is being disconnected. Before Mr. World, 2 months, I was totally disconnected, so that my focus comes only on things that I want to do. I only have one best friend who's not even in the same city, because I believe the less of the friends you have, the less of the time you spend on it, and you work on what you want to become. I would like to speak about one of the college moments that I have, which was Freshways 2010. And Freshways happens every year by Times of India. I participated, and I could not be even in the second round. But I could not be eligible in the second round. And that was in 2010. I was depressed, definitely. And I know that depression has to be dealt with only myself, in solitude. I can't share with this anyone. I cried, I had tears because, my grandmother, mom says that I look like a hero, then why can't I be in the second round? I thought, let me go for a bigger game. So Freshways was just a college event. I went to Mr. India 2015 with a lot more prepared in every way possible. I believe in planning, so I watched the Mr. India 2014 video a lot of times, and I won Mr. India 2015. So definitely, I would like to say that age is just a number, and no matter how late it is, I came back participating in a bigger pageant after 5 years. So coming back to, yes, after I came to Bombay was a time I remember in monsoons. The first thing I did was, I got into the gym, I saw a good-looking guy, and I asked, where does auditions happen here? I don't know anything about this place. We used to sit in an auto, 3 of us, go all the way to another place, taking an hour, going to a place where we don't know what the audition is about. And we just used to ask, do we fit in or not? So many rejections. My first rejection was the cameraman laughing at me and saying, "You have Hyderabad delivery, body language," because I come from Hyderabad. So I started reading a lot of Hindi books, especially books like Chattano Mein Aag, so that you get to learn Hindi because that was available, and that too at the railway stations. So in every aspect, I started working, and within second month, when I was in Bombay, I remember one of the audition I gave, I just have to say hi in 3 different variation. Hi. And there's hi. And next one is like very naughty way hi. I thought, is this an audition? Okay. 200, 300 guys. I went back to my city in train. I remember, I got a call, you're selected for Malabar Jewelry for saying hi. I came back and when I went to the stage, I didn't know Kareena Kapoor was coming. And she looked at me. I was just feet away from her. 2 months in Bombay. I was like, is this really happening? I didn't know about it. Then I realized the fact people say, city of dreams, anything is possible here. It is possible. And I never lost hope. If this can come true, anything can come true. And I went ahead. I won Mr. India 2015. There are a lot of memories I want to share, but I have very less time limit. But one thing I want to share, which is very close to my heart, is the sub-contest, Mr. Active. I was never physically, as I told you guys, used to walk and go to the gym. But Mr. Active was a sub-contest all about metabolism. You need to run. 15 guys. I thought this is what I'm not going to nail at all. I did not even run for 2 kilometers. And there were actually very good guys who are physically fit. So I thought maybe I'll not participate in this competition, this sub-contest, or I just participate and give my best. Believe you me, there was not even 1% of me saying I'll do something good for Mr. Active. A picture which will come in red, t-shirt now, walking on the ground, jogging on the ground. You see, that's me, pretty much thin. And only one thing was in my mind, that no matter what happens, because I know the other sub-contest for Mr. India, I did pretty well, and this is the most important one. If I win this,